This video is sponsored by Loop Elements Pro. Make all your loops great again and do it with 10% off at the checkout. Enter the coupon code that's down in the description and in the comment section. All right, let's get into this video. So Kevin Bond mentioned something to you about gear and stuff like that and getting your gear together. So in this day and time, like where you're at now, what are the things that you'll use? I mean, we know you're Nord artists, Nord, Nord to, Team Nord to die, all of that stuff like that. So we know Nord has got you. We just heard you at the Nord booth killing it, doing all your thing there. But so what are some of those things that you're using now? Like what are the mainstays in your production? I mean, of course, we know back in the day you pioneered the MKS-20, right, sweet fluid.
Well, I got all of that from Kevin and Jason. But if we're going to be correct
about it, let's lock it in.
We heard that sound from Thomas Whitfield. And they singing him record was on the RD.
Yeah. 1000. Yes. See, I was talking to Ed at the booth at Roland, and we talked about that very thing. It's like everybody goes MKS-20. That like that's the standard and where it started, but it actually started with the RD 1000.
It's the brain of
the module.
Yeah, it's the module.
The MKS-20 was the module version of the 1000. That's what really caught on.
And a lot of other people use that as well. I've heard that on countless records. But let's just give credit where credit is due. Kevin really like made it the forefront of a lot of the Tri-City records.
He did, that's true.
The Hawkins New Dawning record.
Yes.
I said the NorCal. So he made it the forefront, and then we follow suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We follow suit.
That's good. That's good.
And so I'll never call myself the originator of that.
And that's important. That's important because so we have these quote unquote, you call them debates or what have you, but you have those things, those questions. And so when you start talking about MKS with certain people or certain cats, you get in certain circles, they're gonna say, "Oh, it might be Jason White." They're gonna attribute to somebody. So to put it official on the record, now, okay, we shout out to Thomas Whitfield, shout out to Kevin Bond. This is where we got it from because it's always. And I'm pretty sure there's some place where he pulled from.
Yeah, we definitely follow suit. So I mean, again, it comes from somewhere.
Exactly.
All influences and inspirations come from somewhere, and so Bond was he kind of put it in the forefront. I can honestly say now one can argue and say loops in church or loops in on gospel records came from somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
But
MPC 2000 XL.
Kevin made it the forefront. He put that in the forefront.
Not even only that, using computers.
In
he live recorders and samples.
Like Kevin used to use the Kurzweil keyboard with the sample on it. He was using that. He was using so much.
No,
I remember so many things, man.
We'll put a screenshot up on the pod when we edit it or whatever. But I found this picture. I think I remember sending it to Kev. Like this was like years ago, probably probably close to 10 years ago now when I found this picture. I was watching a YouTube video of old Tri-City records. Talking about the OG Bible Stories records
back in '95.
Them joints, they sitting up. They had the, we call them the big back computer. They had the big back joint, like up on the stage, and I forgot what Kevin. I hit him up and he told me what it was, what they were running. They were running something on that computer. I'm pretty sure. Because Kev watch our stuff, he gonna see this pod and he'll be in the comment section. It was the da. So y'all check the comment section. I'm pretty sure Kevin gonna tell you exactly what it was. But he told us that. And if I can remember, I'll put it in the comment section or whatever. But I remember like you said, early 90s, they were pioneering that then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, loops and all of that stuff like that. And like I said, they probably got it from they pulled it inspiration from somewhere. But there's always the inspiration that comes from there. And then there's the person that catches it, runs with it, and popularizes it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like keeps and so I know there's a lot of those things that for a certain swath of the population.
Right.
You popularized it for them.
He made it.
But that's where you got it from.
He made it the forefront of albums and recordings. Where I took the MPC.
Today, I want to introduce to you Loop Elements Pro. This represents a very innovative new way of using loops. And guess what? It's standalone not only as a plugin, but it's also standalone outside of the DAW, which means you can now use loop elements in your live performance. This isn't just a plugin. It's the ultimate tool for creators and producers. Whether you're layering loops, creating click track, creating beats, building arrangements, soundscapes, Loop Elements Pro gives you the power to create without limits. Loop Elements Pro is now available. Go get it now.
Where I took the MPC, I made it popular for church. So going back to 2007,
yeah,
that was the 100th year of Church of God in Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the first year that I played the entire convocation.
Okay.
Because Bishop Blake became the interim presiding bishop because we lost Bishop Patterson.
Bishop Patterson.
Right.
Shout out to Bishop Patterson, man.
So
because I'm from right outside of Memphis. So
right.
Bishop Patterson.
Yeah. So 2007 we get to Memphis. So I brought in the MPC for the actual service. Then now the MPC was incorporated in the musicals. You would hear drum machines in the concerts.
Yeah, but not in the concerts.
But not in the services.
Not in services.
So I brought the MPC into the service. That's where you heard all the shout musics and the claps and all of that. And bishops were like, what is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at the time, my brother was playing bass. He was coming and help playing bass. Jimmy was playing bass. And then I had guys like Moore. What's my man? Austin Moore,
yeah.
And then of course the Mayfield boys was hanging around too. And so
Aaron, Josh, all them boys.
When I brought the MP in for the service, that's when the bishops was taking a liking to click tracks.
Today, I want to introduce to you Loop Elements Pro. This represents a very innovative new way of using loops. And guess what? It's standalone not only as a plugin, but it's also standalone outside of the DAW, which means you can now use loop elements in your live performance. This isn't just a plugin. It's the ultimate tool for creators and producers. Whether you're layering loops, creating click track, creating beats, building arrangements, soundscapes, Loop Elements Pro gives you the power to create without limits. Loop Elements Pro is now available. Go get it now.